So it's an interesting field because it's evolving so fast. Um, I think that most don't really recognize the pace that it's growing, because new people will usually just be pushed to like Esri websites to kind of learn like an
Mhm.
intro class or something. Um, but as you know from my background, I'm not a pure GIS person. I just kind of happen to be working in it. And you'll find more people like me than not. And a lot of it just has to do with applying whatever you learned, whatever you specialized in before, and you use GIS to use it or to answer whatever question you had. And so I think some of the fundamental challenges, I think, comes from the university itself, and not to put universities on blast or anything, but I think that there is a disconnect between the professional world and the academic world, and kind of what is required to be successful in the professional world. Um, and so I think that there needs to be some course upgrading at the university level and some more applications to real world. Um, I think that they do a better job of connecting governments to the university, but they don't do quite as good of a job as connecting private business and industry to the university. And I was taking some courses in GIS for my master's while I was working at Freeport, just because they were kind of part of the PhD program that I was a part of at the time. And all the classes were very behind on like what I was doing at Freeport, and I was just like, wow, they need to really. I mean, I understand the foundations you need to develop, but I think they could do a better job of updating those courses. And so I think that is kind of an opportunity, would be a good opportunity to improve. And then also, um, to expand the program to really every single major, to be honest.
Mhm.
It's kind of like business. I think business, well, first off, they need a business class in the GIS curriculum, because we need to understand how GIS impacts decisions. And it's not just business as in, I say this over and over again, it's not just business as in like just making money, but just understanding how it fundamentally solves problems within a nonprofit, a corporation, it could be government, it could be whatever it may be, but just understanding how it works. And then also, um, expanding GIS to other disciplines, right? Because I think, or what I've seen, anyways, what I've seen, a lot of GIS is a lot of the information systems, right? It's a lot of
Mhm.
like computer programmer type people. And it's just like any job, right? Certain types of personalities navigate or gravitate, I should say, gravitate towards certain types of jobs, right? You could say that for any profession, really. You know, you have different types of people that like different things. But I think in order to truly unlock the power of GIS, you really need to expose it um, to every major, to every thought process, to different groups of people. And so, um, not solely focusing on the information systems part of it. I mean, you see it in the earth sciences. It's pretty easy to apply it to geology, hydrology, environmental, whatever. Some people have stepped out of the realm and they've tried to apply it to like the human sciences. I think they need to do more of that, to really, um, I guess, increase the diversity of thought within the field, right? And
Mhm.
so I think there are a lot of opportunities to expand that to other majors. And, I think, it's kind of like the whole argument about, humanities. Is it worth taking that degree? Is it not? Whatever. I think that those subjects are important to learn. You need to add tool sets to help them expand that knowledge, right? So if you're going to study liberal arts, but then you put some GIS in there, you can really start to look at patterns and kind of actually answer questions about those fields. And so I think that so I guess two things to your question, I guess as you're editing this. The first thing is, include business in the curriculum for GIS. And the second one is to spread it to other majors so that we get a diversity of thoughts and opinions within the industry itself as well, outside of, the traditional computer sciences.